There are a few places in India which are reported to be quite ancient, some of them to billion years, and these have been dated scientifically. For example, Thiruvannamalai 3.94 billion years, Thirupati 2,100 million years. Please read my posts on these places and more places similar to them. And now there is an addition to this list. The temple for Vishnu at Srirangam is reported to be built by Rama, though many state that it was built earlier. This period belongs to Treta Yuga, some 4,32,000 ago according to Indian texts. Historical dating of Lord Rama is around 5114 BC. We may safely state that Srirangam belongs to 5114 BC, if not earlier. References are found in Indian texts that there is another temple which was built earlier by Lord Rama's ancestor, King Sibi. The same Sibi is mentioned as the one who parted with his flesh to feed a dove. This has been mentioned in Tamil Sangama literature, which is dated around 3000 BC. But the date of Sangama literature is pushed back by at least by 20,000 subsequent finding of the ruins of Pumpuha, Tamil Nadu. Pumpuha's period was much later than Sangam period. The Tamilkalas are referred to as the descendants of Ikshvaku clan, to which Lord Rama belonged, so the reference to a temple earlier to that of Srirangam gains credibility. The temple of Pundarikaksha or Vishnu is mentioned in Sangam classics and also referred to in King Rajara's inscriptions. Image Rajara built the Thanjavur big temple. He belongs to 1039 AD. The place where the temple is was called Thiruvellarai. Even now it is called so. Thiruvellarai is about 19 kilometers from Srirangam and bus facilities are available. Nearest airport: Thiruchirappalli. Railway station: Thiruchirappalli, Srirangam. It is recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam that Rakshasas of the south, Rakshasa being a powerful race mostly settled in now sunk Lemuria, were inciting rebellion in the south of King Sibi's kingdom. Sibi proceeded with his army to annihilate the Rakshasas but was thwarted by a wild boar Swetha, an avatar of Lord Vishnu. Sage Markandeya, who was in meditation there, advised Sibi that Sibi's descendant, Rama, would take care of the Rakshasas and Sibi should build temple for Vishnu and have his darshan. This Sibi did, and this is the Thiruvellarai temple. Temple timings: 6 to 12 noon. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Contact: SRI Canon +91 8,760,732,566. As the Bhattars in charge of Pur perform duties by turn, I have provided the permanent staff number of the temple. The main deity is Pundarikaksha, lotus-eyed Vishnu. Goddess: Shinvagavali, also called as Paraya Pyraktil Akshmi Devi. Separate Sanadi for Thaya. Utsavathaya is named as Pangajavali. Mangalasasanam, Periyalwa, 11, Thirumangayalwa, 13, a total of 14 Pajurams. Periyalwa, 71, 192 to 201, Thirumangayalwa, 1368 to 77, 1851, 2673, 2674. Pratayaksham for Paraya Thiruvadi Garudan, Sibi Chakravarthi, Buddhavi, Bhumi Pirati, Markandeya Maharishi, Lord Brahma, Rudran, Lord Shiva. Shri Pundarikakshan, Bhumi Pirati, Paraya Pirati, Zuraya and Chandiran and Adishan are in human forms in the Moolavar place. Other shrines: Krishna, Vishwaksana, Namaswar, Chakarathaswar, Nadamyanigal, Kulaskarawaswar, Thondaripodiaswar, Andal, Ramanua, and Manavelamomyanigal. At the very entrance are the 18 steps reminding one of the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita given to us by Pundarikakshan. After this, one comes across 4 steps that are considered equal to the 4 Vedas to reach the Bali Pitam. From here, one enters the Perumal Sani by ascending 5 steps representing the Pancha Bhutams, fire, water, space, air and earth, and crossing the Naziketan Vassal. Here there are two gates, Dakshinayana Gate and Uttarayana Gate, which are alternately used during the Dakshinayana/Uttarayana 6-month periods. One climbs further 8 steps, remind one of Ashtaksharam. Thereafter one comes to the 24 steps, reminding one of Gayatri Mantram, to arrive at the Sanctum Sanctorum, where Senthamari Canon, Pundarikaksha, stands with his consort Pankayachovinakya. Legend has it that all the Vaishnavas who perform daily pujas in temples in south are originally from Thiruvellarai. The Sanctum Sanctorum has 2 entrances, namely Uttarayana Gate and the Dakshinayana Gate, as in the Sarangapani temple at Kumbakonam. Uttarayana Gate is open from the Tamil month of Tai, Capricorn, until the month of Adi, Cancer, i.e., from Jan 15 to June 15 approximately, and from then on, the Dakshinayana Gate is open. In the human life, there are 2 separate entrances, one for entering into the life and the other for exiting out of it. We would be able to feel the presence of Paramatma in both, while entering into the life and while exiting out of it. The 2 gates represent this. The Uttarayana Gate is the entrance through which all the Jivatmas enter into the world as a human being or as a non-human being, and is the place of Lord Gubran, the god of wealth. The Dakshinayana Gate is the entrance to the death, and it is the place of Lord Rama, the king of Naragam. The Lord is Surayanayan during Uttarayanam and is Govindan during Dakshinyanam. Apart from Uttarayana and Dakshinayana gates, the Sanctum Sanctorum has one more entrance called Naziketan Vale, where it is believed that the Lord was intercepted and questioned by his consort, upon his returning home later, after his sojourn. Even today, during the festivals, after completing the trip outside, Perumal has to account for his time to his consort by informing the time he started, the places he visited, etc., at this gate in order to gain entry into the temple. A temple tank, swastikulam, pond, or Mamiyamata pen, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, 3. Maintained by Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, is outside the temple on the southeastern side. The swastik shape of the tank makes it possible that people bailing at one gate cannot view any other gate. There are beautiful sculptures in the pillars above the steps. In front of big pillar in this temple, when we make any sound, it replicates and echo around the temple in the inner prakaram. Because of this, some of the Pajurams in Divyaprabhandams are recited for 2 to 3 times. There are 2 cave temples in the rocks. One of them belongs to the period of Pallava Malanandivarman II and another belongs to the period of Rajara I. There is another cave temple carved out of a rock known as Swedagiri, where Lord Shiva, known as Vada Jambunathar and Pundarikaksha, are enshrined. I have noticed that as one enters the Artha Mandapa, one can feel a cool breeze blowing, though the temperature outside makes one sweat and there is no source for the cool air inside.